Alright. This is going to be the official video. Hawks and Owls. This is going to be the official video, okay? About all the positive poems the 23-year-old wrote that a lot of our affiliated networks got a hold of. And then now they want to embody all these forms of positivity themselves and talk about how good James Ross is for it all day. Alright? We got cordyceps mushroom. Knowledge of the mushroom. We got chaga mushroom. We got reishi mushroom. Good for the heart, right? We got lion's mane mushroom, okay? Even though I'm in Denver, Colorado, I can't fucking find psilocybin mushrooms right now. And I'm not really looking that hard, but I'm only here for another day, okay? Or else I'd fucking show you the real mushrooms. But those are good examples. We have many medicinal mushrooms in our apothecary that are medicinal, therapeutic, okay? Cleansing, healing, empowering, okay? So those are good examples of mushrooms, knowledge of the mushroom ritual, okay? So they're always going around on the surveillance grids, coming up with all these examples of positive behavior that James Ross embodied himself, because they're compatible forms of positivity themselves. You know, in the last 4 years, we have JR going around for like 4 years straight, right? You can count police for about an hour short, you understand? But we also have about 4 years worth of JR going around in the physical world when he's not about to get in a life-threatening situation, right? With the police, right? You know, he's losing his mind. He's in a life-threatening situation when he's a teenager with the police 4 years ago, right? Okay, he's losing his mind because he's in a life-threatening situation, right? We have so many examples of JR in the last 4 years. Notice how he's not in a life-threatening situation, right? And we have all these examples of him going around, right? You know, having all this positive behavior, normal behavior in public settings. Okay, for the last 4 years, we've seen him. You understand? So they're going around on the surveillance grids. They're gathering all these examples of positive behavior that James Ross has embodied in the last 4 years in the surveillance grids. We have him on camera for the last 4 years, going around, acting completely normal in public settings. Notice he's not in a life-threatening situation when he ate too much goddamn fucking mushrooms. You notice that, right? So that's why a lot of our hierarchies, our affiliated networks, worry about their own forms of currency hierarchies. There are worry about their own location on the map hierarchies, right? They're the enforce laws and follow laws hierarchies, right? They're the worry about their own forms of currency and worry about their own forms of enjoyment of life hierarchies. They've been programmed by very high level entities to be like that. We're going to get into that in another video, okay? They're going around in the surveillance grids for the last 4 years, watching James Ross act normal in public settings, and they have him on camera acting completely normal in all these public settings the last 4 years. You understand that? On camera, okay? Acting completely normal in all these public settings. So that's how they've been programmed, because they're compatible forms of positivity themselves. So they love examples of positive behavior above the mental day to embody all these forms of positivity themselves. You understand? That's a good one, right? Because they're responsible, right? Imagine James Ross going around because some guy lost his mind and fucking took too much drugs one night, embodying all these forms of negativity himself, blaming other men for it all day. That makes no sense. Okay, so let's. This is the main video. This is the main video. 24 positive poems the 23-year-old wrote, and this leaked to affiliated networks, various branches of affiliated personnel, and they're compatible with forms of positivity. They're some of the highest level entities in the entire country. They have all these forms of currency themselves. They're very healthy. They're very good looking. They're obviously responsible, right? Within police type of security networks, right? What some 19 wrote some poems and kind of police for about an hour, you understand? Obviously, we don't have a simulation site because those networks are full of very positive, responsible, good, healthy, moral, professional adult males. Okay, and it's a very easily dealt situation, right? They're very serious about law. They're very serious about, did anybody break any laws? They're very serious about following laws themselves, right? Because they have that responsibility, right? Okay. So this main video, and we're gonna do another video about how positive all these types of human beings are in these affiliated networks when they got a hold of hand, when they got their hands on all these positive poems the 23-year-old wrote, because they're compatible already with all these forms of positivity themselves. Okay, this is the main video about the positive poems the 23-year-old wrote. Okay, that's what this video is going to be. Now we're going to read through them all. Okay, and that's what this video is going to be. So over the through this summer, we're going to have only positive videos up. We're going to do Sanskrit thing over the summer and the whole thing, and that's because it's summer, right? Cancer, right? The sun sign, right? I'm Cancer, right? Sun sign, right? Everything's getting warm and sunny. Okay, so light, that light, right? That never mind how that's symbolic of our father, the father deities of humanity, right? So we're gonna keep everything positive for the summer, right? But the point is we build up those negatives throughout the winter, right? Uh, we keep everything positive coming around the time of the summer, and second it comes around October, we're gonna start breaking down and processing all those negatives once again. We're gonna start getting negative once again. But throughout the summer, we keep everything positive. You understand? Because that's ritualistic, it's seasonal, it's astrological. Winter's coming around, right? Where everyone's inside, right? Our psychic powers start becoming more sensitive. It's winter, it's cold, darkness, death, night. We're descending into the underworld, right? We're being haunted and shit, right? All dark energy, Halloween and shit. Understand? It's very ritualistic. Okay, so that's why we're gonna do all these positives for the summer, and then come around winter by September, October when I start working again because I'm taking summer off. We're gonna start going back into negatives and processing all those negatives. Not only that, because we did a Luciferian thing when we were a teenager, and then we have to process all the negatives of the dark entities that we attracted, right? Because we blew up with light, right? And there's a lot of human beings that don't have that much light. They're not male deities, they're not father deities, they're not solar divinities. So we blind people with that light. You understand, right? And then they get all blinded. And then they other men all day. You see them other men all day. Those types of networks, right? Because they need authorities, they need father figures, right? That's all about the sun. That's all about the solar divinity. That's all about our solar god kings of humanity, right? With their torches of light and their fucking their serpents of wisdom. So this is the main video about all the positive poems the 23-year-old wrote, and how a lot of our affiliated networks were running around with all these positive poems the 23-year-old wrote, and they're embodying all these forms of positivity that they're already compatible with, and they're talking about how good James Ross is for it all day. So that's another thing. So they're always going around embodying all these forms of positivity and using examples of positive behavior of other men to justify embodying all those forms of positivity that they were just already compatible with. Do you understand that? That's how they've been programmed. Always going around talking about how good other men are all day to embody those forms of positivity that they're already compatible with all day. You understand? So that's why they really talk about James Ross a lot, because he wrote all these positive poems. Okay, and they're compatible already with all those forms of positivity. Right? Those are some of the highest level entities in the entire country. Okay? This is the main video about the positive poems the 23-year-old wrote, and we're going to do other positive lessons in another video. So you should be reading these spits, right? So now we're saying that you should be reading the spits. Let's just break this down, but I'm going to read through it all, hopefully, in a minute. But, you tell a kid something he shouldn't be doing. Okay, the kid needs a dad. The kid's unlawful. The kid's fucking got all these issues. The kid's fucking stupid. The teenager, right? Tell the teenager, the unruly child, something he shouldn't be fucking doing. The first thing the kid's gonna do is he's gonna do exactly what dad said not to do. Okay, so the second you come around, you tell these entities, these lower level collectivized entities, what they shouldn't be doing. Okay, the first thing they're gonna do is do exactly what you gave them specific directions of what they should be doing. Okay. So when we say you should be reading this, they're more interested in that. Because they're compatible forms of positivity. You understand? Themselves. So that's why they're always talking about how good James Ross is, because he wrote all these positive poems. You understand? So that's why they don't. So they listen. We shouldn't be reading those negative poems, right? We shouldn't be reading that. You understand? But because they're authorities, they're responsible, and then they know how to follow directions from higher level superior entities. Wow, we should be reading this. So they're a lot more interested in the positive poems the 23-year-old wrote. Not only that, those are very high level entities, and they're compatible with forms of positivity and responsibility and morality and humanity themselves. Okay? And professionalism and reason. So they're always sitting around with networks full of really good human beings, coming up with examples of positive behavior that other men did, right? On camera, for example, the surveillance grids of James Joyce walking around the last 4 years, right? We clearly see the guy in public settings acting normal. He's clearly following laws, not threats to anybody else on a physical level whatsoever. We've never seen JR actually embody negativity towards any other human beings whatsoever. Okay, that's a very huge key right there. Okay, we'll go through it another time. The opposites of why human beings think they should be embodying all these forms of positivity because GR is really good at writing positive poems. So these are the positive poems that the 23-year-old wrote, and this leaked out to a lot of our various forms of branches of affiliated personnel in this country. And then they are compatible with all these forms of positivity themselves. And they love talking about how good James Ross is for embodying all these forms of positivity on a physical level. And they really love networking with human beings that are already compatible with all these forms of positivity because James Ross really good at writing poems. And then they're running around all these positive poems that the 23-year-old wrote because they're already compatible with forms of positivity themselves. And then they love justifications to embody all these forms of positivity themselves and talk about how good other men are for it all day. Okay? You should be reading these spits. Okay? It's a little bit of a difference. Their enchanted form is veiled with divine scripts, specifically meant for aspiring laypersons as gifts from the ensouled initiates. Your blessed sight gifts will ascend to no limits. My priestly cults and clerical sects of half serpent, half Aryan adepts invoke the goat gods of the gods like Hearn and Baphomet to journey to your homelands to teach and bless. Our erudition mirrors our intentions. We are a divine ascended angelic presence that will teach about your higher alternate selves in other dimensions. I have numerous malikas and divine queens that are superior angelic beings that are just half man, half angel, and half beast. You're a moral earthling with celestial heritage from divine beings. Born imbued of the powers of the gods and their beloved seedlings. Your humble heatings, the higher beings, allow you access to these sacred teachings. Humanity's benign ascension sparked by my breeds. Wisdom-filled clerics against Tyranidae, heretics, and high priests. We will share our relics along with the trees of life and its wisdom and its seeds, and the ancestral consciousness that flows along with the streams. I'm a divine god mind with magical lyrics. I've existed since the dawn of time with angelic sentinels and benign guardian spirits. We come from realms in the heavenly planes and star worlds with a founder deity race from soul systems far away. That's number one. Hear this warning, please. Do read these decrees and the lords of this priest to teach you about the celestial beings who will visit you and heal you in dreams. Angels from far away, benevolent towards humans, teaching them the divine arts and how to procure magical healing potions, secret monasteries and subsurface kingdoms that share keys of angelic ascension and spiritual freedom. I will teach you the powers of self-hypnosis spells with the words I spell, spells that attune you to higher realms. I incarnate from the heavenly helm, where angelic divinities from the Pleiades dwell. I grant you want so you can cast your own spells, then unveil the cosmic mysteries, and from lay folk they're veiled. I will aid your trails with protective guidance to assure you prevail. I am an adept at the holy arts with seafaring merchants, and sold human angel god kings and priests of the serpent that will imbue you of worth and bliss and empower your creative ability so you can create your own divine lists of a God mind scripts. Your ears are perked in earnest to learn about your dharma and higher purpose. I'm ascended holy watcher with denizens of the light realm, spirit worlds of every star system of the cosmos in a heavenly helm. We come to watch over humanity to make sure humans do not have any negativity in their rhapsodies. Rhapsodies are like kind of like raps, right? It's probably where raps come from, right? Raps, rhapsodies. Right? We're making sure these human beings don't have any negativity in their rhapsodies. Okay? We teach the sacred arts of hypnosis, the divine serpent gnosis from those wise dragons and deities from Alpha Draconis. Let me hit you at how old this mythos is. Are the divine serpentine beings that teach you the Kundalini chi and sacred sexuality as the serpent tempted Eve. Kundalini is the serpentine energy. The serpent tempts Eve. right? The whole thing. Then we have the mythos from the ancient Middle East to the Phoenician serpent priests. I'm the god king of the sun, with red-tailed hawks, screeches, and foxes in his forest and his angelic heavenly paradise. I send healing rays into your soul, light soul's soul sight, leave you apotheosized after telepathic rites. As I'm deified so high into the angelic crests and heights, I summon angelic forces that heal in ancient plights. Allow exaltation of this divine seed that will aid in your ascension with angelic guides. A good Syrian priest, angelic crossbreed Canaanite, I have eloquent divinity in these rites. We embrace mysteries of the gods symbolized by young women which enliven our rites. That's number 2. I empower the authenticity of real men, which sturdy knights and obedient can, and show due respect for a lost soldier at your family's wakes with other divine kinsmen. I'm a benign angelic for an allegiance to supernal lords. Your confidence and happiness are aided through our friendship with a good cause. Protective forces coming from within reinforce your psychic empowerment. You will ascend in flames and be bathed in light in the divine abodes with relics and sacraments. Your radiating love will eternally be effulgent in these higher realms through powerful odes that are heaven met. These codes augur in ancestral guardians. Have you raised in the glory of this kingdom which is luxuriously flourishing? Amidst the golden age, the city was ruled by the most godly of men. You're a moral and intelligent earthling, guided by godlike entities. These lands are empowered from past rituals and make them heavenly radiantly, full of tranquility angelically. The realm is imbued of enchantedness. These heavenly gates of divine entrances. You will be healed of any pestilence, and through guided meditation your soul will be imbued with reverence. My heart is of light and warm love, my old soul surrounded by hawks of the sun. Your aura is full of signs of a beautiful future and transformation. You're guided and protected, alive in front of messages that are affectionate. From higher beings, you're positively affected. You have divine purpose as you raise the higher worlds, aided by priestly clerics with words angelically etheric. You will be sanitized and be left sane, and fame will be brought to your name in the planes of the esoteric. The white magicians and ascended watchers, angelic guardians and divine planeswalkers, your home and your peoples are prosperous. When we come with our great cab-bearers and teachers and a shamanic healer, I will purify your life before God's divine altar. You will be praised and raised to the high levels and revel in honor. That's number 3. After our last meet, you have been deemed potentially supreme. We are basically lyrically both of auspicious powers, it seems. My rhymes are benign and divine channel from angelic beings. You're very healthy like you have a diet of leafy grains. We are both superior breeds. Our creeds will forever lead the youth of humanity's ascending seeds. I summon divine leaders of beings to fill the forest deserts and seas. My spells are setting into heaven. I'm a poetically adept bardic chanter. I'm interfaces by high force of 777, along with druidic ovates and spiritual enchanters. Your pure youth will be protected and reinforced. You are raised to the higher realms, where good deeds, love abound, aided by a higher force. I am the overseer of this kingdom, and I will keep you safer than the marauders in the outlands. When the bell rings, I spawn hordes of knights and kings at I command, angelic legions of divine arcturian, higher dimensional beings that will heal you of any form of insanity, star seedlings from spiritual regions that will purify your psychic frequencies and deify your spirituality, along with apotheosize you telepathically, and have you sanctified to the highest extremities. You will transform into a god of the jungle or the enchanted forest, powerful and strong and heavily nourished, end up being another spiritually advanced, sturdy soul protected in my fortress. Therein dwells the angelic serpentine beings that arise from the dark undersides of rivers, creeks, and streams. I'm in my castle with female nature spirits eating a diet that is vegan. I finish the night with these maidens to spawn more divine beings, more offspring born imbued of love, wisdom, and faith. My oracle hypnotized you into an angelic state. She casts love spells to allow you to raise to the higher planes. While you're in deep hypnosis, you'll be cured of any unfortunate fate. That's number 4. I'm a respected divinity in these realms. With superior morality, anyone can earn equal helms. You're exalted through wisdom like a seer, because you're a being that's revered, connected to the higher worlds, the high levels you hurled. You're born of a powerful alliance, ruling the earth like lions. My dominion never lessens, maintaining reign over countless of earth segments, like teachers of lessons. My henchmen are not transcendent to the supernal realms of heaven and never ending. When you traverse this angelic terrain to the higher planes, you will be ascended. I'm an angelic watcher that's fully ascended. You will be freed, healed, and perfected with the most divine of blessings that will deem all binds ended. A blessed means to be divinely auspicious, with frequency increases that are ceaseless, enlivening the prana in your breath with deities of earth and of angelic earth and toweret. I rise like the most radiant lights of the sun's rays and crests. Worship the divinity of the sun, while you will ascend from after the sun arises from Seth. I become deceased in countless tombs to ascend to the Pleiades. Far away from Hades, we worship the goddess of the moon. Your seeds will be full of future omniscience as you become elevated to the levels of the divine lords, as well as being purified from sin. You're guided by the angelic deities from the pantheons of old and the angelic race of the Pleiadians. A race is imbued of love, with exalted mental states, with access to the heavenly stargates. Your subspecies is revered and priestly, empowered by the seedlings that are angelically overseeing thee. In these high regions, we act respectfully when beseeching the cosmic divinity, as it imbues our destiny and links us to all the angelic seeds in the planes that are earthly. Okay, that's number 5. I can see you're of might, checking on your rights here. Let me bestow unto thee as an equal being some shining lights. You're a venerated angelic divinity. I'm the demi-deity that spawns worlds and species from the galactic laboratory. Your genome's enhanced with those ascended deities and advanced energies, members of a powerful holarchy with white magic and nobility. My ways and crafts of divinity are hoary, however yours are close in range morally. I got but divine genetics, act benign with the most spiritualistic of clerics, mystic medics, that will embossen your bliss with divine enchanted medicine and empower you to face the abyss in seconds, free you from all binding karmas. My divine God mind spans timelines as I perfect my true dharma. I'll embrace you in astral planes spiritually, then flood your mental hard drive with divine energy telepathically, white magical glyphs, sigils, and runes that are supernally imbued angelically. Fill your aura up with divine laws and a light lord, benign spits and whisks from mystical tomes and magical grimoires. These scripted words are full of specific terms that assemble angelic herds. They're channeled and translated, incantations of apathy-sized souls, ascended, sated, and higher rated. Ongoing golden ages left them honored in high places. Ongoing golden ages left him honored in high places, initiated into superior orders that are elevated. I'm an ensorcelled priest king of angelic earth. I will exalt the glory of my kin all across the four corners, and you have been deemed potentially of worth. You will be praised as you have been sturdily raised since birth. Your paths are smoothly paved, and you're protected by the Fae and its turf. Everyone is empowered in this multiverse, and through magical seals our auspiciousness will disperse. The saintly guardians and their sons, these utterances awaken the ancient ones, this revered bloodkin and archpriests. Evoke angelic beings from the abodes of heaven and bask in the supernal spirit of ascendancy. Shall he be sent forth with purpose and integrity into those high regions of the heavenly planes of eternity jovially, and love, sanctified, ascended, and being lovingly embraced, all the lifetimes in which you are honored and exalted by the divine light of God, you will be embraced. Okay, that's number 6. Cause beautiful explosions of light all across the cosmos, more radiant forces that inspire divine gnosis in the most angelic of hosts. My bardic chants team with shamanic gnosis, purifications from angelic divinities, healing our past life traumas and deep states of hypnosis. Allow me to exalt thee in terms of angelically. This divine gnosis from those divinities from our cherubs and their benign systems of healing beings. They will aid you into your ascended, wise, and old, connected to the pure essence of humanity, perfected as your heart grows bold, cast to the godly realm of souls, that you're surrounded by good beings and light codes that ward up prevent any enemies that brought on good folks. You connect to a world full of great humans and their abundant crowds. I'm a light master, manifesto of worlds that's divinely endowed, surround you with good signals that the powers of love will abound. Red-tailed hawks all around with nine-tailed fox-like hounds. These Pleiadian angelic divinities, guided white magician Phoenicians, powerful and advanced spiritually. We have ancestral deities with the heads of goats who revive you coast on boats, merchants, we go kings with divine souls. That's 7. You're sturdy as the strength of a bull. My Persian of the Feng Shui, these grids are complex. Everywhere you end up, everything will be perfect. You know, everywhere you go, you see how it connects. I will have you protected and safe like latex, intact reverently in respected sex. Nothing goes unchecked. I'm informed that you will continue to transform these galactic interstellar forms. You're in states of divine reality. I empower your forces to manifest beauty in your ethereality, joy and healing caused by angelic beings. Shall your lands be full of seeds that breed prosperity, golden ages, and peace. All your strife will cease as you read the arcane lores of this priest. These are chant prayers of ancient Syrian soothsayers, dragon slayers, that will cast you to the supernal levels and layers. There's many regions of these angelic levels and layers, full of phantoms that take eagle form and stare, along with blue light angelic beings from with solemnity that's revered from the celestial spheres, and deer-headed natives from the ethers that are benign, peaceful, and fair. Everything was beautiful in the time one's ancestors for Hyperborea. Then the Anunnaki from Nibiru instructed the priest kings into the divine wisdom of the seers. Now Hebraic high priests communicated with angels from the supernal spheres. Divine wisdom of the seers, Communicate with angels from the supernal spheres, far away from hell and the divine realms, where from angelic deeds bestow high level intel. Sumerians, half god, half Aryan. These god kings are Central Asian and Khazarian, are noble and pure like the Vedic Arya. That's it. I will let you know anyone can be as meritorious as me. I'm an old one-star seed that initiates worthy beings into these confederacies. There was golden ages and long peaceful history, priestly creeds and radiant angelic seeds that worshipped the females symbolized by Eve. We respected their innocence, as does the same gods that expect a layman's repentance, celestial daemons and angelic divinities. Siddiq sons and the priestly orders in which those Zadokites belong, adept at priestcraft and benign wizardry. I roam with shining glowing spawns, blue-eyed nature-worshipping fawns. They rest in the moonlight and rise like the sun at dawn. I roam with shining glowing spawns, blue-eyed nature-worshipping fawns. They rest in the moonlight and rise like the sun at dawn. Forest dwell in Elevenkin, and soul angelic Atlanteans, guided by spiritual Pleiadians. We journey to the lunar realm spiritually. We do not need to eat and we communicate telepathically, traveling across star systems etherically as life-being entities, multi-dimensional gateways in this galaxy, stargates in the regions of ethereality. I'm Goidelic, Phoenician, and Jupiterian, seafaring merchants, god kings, and pure Aryans, half human, half angel, and Sumerian, crossbreeds, immortal women, and sanctified deities known as Erden. Okay? Look up Erden. Look up Urin Watchers. Okay? Look up Urin Watchers. Okay, that's us, kiddo. Erden, as in Iran. I reminisce on the days of my youthful innocence and adolescence. However, a fulfilling childhood left me good-natured, full of benevolence. I'm over the God King Anakim. I'll initiate you into the great knowledge of the Seraphim. I'm a Gnostic Ophite, priestly scene. These incarnations are divine rituals ordained by supernal means. I'm spawned with godly genes, spliced with advanced genetic breeds with the angelic seeds of the Elohim, demigods, Kabardim deities, and celestial beings, through ancient times in the Middle East, through Phoenician Snadras and servant priests. Ami are eagle's eyes, guided by his angelic beings, so there's red-tailed hawks in the skies. I'm so high, and in these cosmic mysteries discreet, I will forever be protected. I roam fair and benign like deer, foxes, and spiritual beings. I'm quick and swift like ravens. So high in these cosmic mysteries discreet, I will forever be protected. I roam fair. I'm quick and swift like Bohemian havens. Huh? Cosmic mysteries, I forever be protected. I'm so high in these cosmic mysteries discreet, I will forever be protected. I'm guided by divine deities, and with great wisdom I'm blessed with. I roam fair and benign like deer, foxes, and spiritual beings. I'm quick and swift like ravens. Live satisfied and joyous in Bohemian havens. There haven't been a place in this earthly plane Sumerian Aryans have not blessed with a godly radiance. I'm with Etruscans of Sicily that manifest the most divine of grace. In these ancient days, Khazar race this place is known to be a heavenly place. These lands were known to be a heavenly place. Okay, that was 10. Okay? This is 11. I do have a prehistoric mentality. I'm a white magician, a timeline jumping, angelic wisdom filled entities. Millions of years ago, old is this technology. You live inspired by the great angelic kingdoms, connected strongly to the high planes in your wisdom, because of my legion's reign and powerful officialdom. Because of my legion's powerful officialdom. I'm a divine angelic hostess. Welcome to Hecate's crossroads. I spit gnosis. From Pleiadian angels, I will heal you in hypnosis. I will bless your dwellings with the white magicians, benign familiars, and spiritual spawns. like a guardian of souls, empower and strengthen all of your good familial bonds. As the fountains come from beyond come dawn, one man clan performing a seance, intoning pagan chants of nature above ground with druidic bardic hierophants, like free non-bound certain notes worshiping performance event chants, and in trance these benign chants of you white magic on my wand no one can dispel. So when I empower your physicality with strength and his spells, you become strong and mighty with powerful defense like a rock hard shell. I'm the light lord acknowledging your divine, soulful, and humane reverence. Avatar deity opening heaven's entrances like this endless earthly paradise. Occultists and esotericists know our oversoul glows with star codes from the heavenly abodes. Our oversoul glows with star codes that are the most divine lights from the heavenly abodes. The benevolence in my spits that is right here is from divine hierarchies of beings in which you're respectfully tiered from other worlds, star systems, confederacies, and spheres. I'm a master initiate to these factions that are bold. Your revered person may be a member and you did not even know. That's 11. How I act in peace, my whereabouts and scenic routes like a hike to the peak. Humble wisdom you seek, and your accomplishments in life are great feats. My complex ways of erudition are benign and veiled. It is easily seen that in the future you will be hailed. I went Phoenicians on the North African coast, inspiring the age to engage in commerce the most, claims the spirited god kings, the ancient angelic hosts, doing things thousands of years ago to achieve our current goals. Your spiritual powers are complex, aiding ability to perfect the currents of his soul, gain more power as I grow. I gain more power as I go. Do you increase the more you grow old? I grow bold. I'm a white magician, adept at benign magic and wizardry. I cast powerful spells to the earthly world from heavenly cities. These are overarching regions in the celestial fortresses, full of thrones and lordships of angelic beings in these divine wildernesses. Divine codes fill these sentences, chants of benign full odes full of reverences. Divine codes fill these sentences, chants of benign odes full of reverences. These heavenly gates of love, you're filled with the spiritual energy from above. You're ascended to Shamaim by the sparrow. As you rise high above, you hear the voices of angels and entrancing echoes, hearts warm full of appraisals. Your value deems you honored in the higher regions that are spatial. You will feel rejuvenated as your soul expands into a glowing halo. You will bathe in joy and ecstasy. Angelic guides surround you and you body heavenly energy. That's number 12. This is 13. You rhyme like a free and unslaved god. Obedient angels like a loyal dog. My spirit enters from a misty bog. Emerge like fairies to spread a healing fog. I got sturdy hounds and packs of bull-fettered hunters that ascend from the hellish scorching underground to the cool tundra, to the place where I stay is of wonder, and I catch you round in my way in life together we will grow fonder. My valiant solar knights advance worlds to affluence. Godly kings descended from angelic heavenly beings, half daemon, half human. I trace back to the birth of man. My demigod bloodlines benignly overruled the land. Everyone you respected in our cities of gold, and you are welcome to visit again. You greet in these realms by a valorous hair. Air, it's pronounced air, but it's like the root of hierarchies, kind of, right? Heir of the throne, right? Valorous air. Such high beings in council like this is splendorous and rare. We've have you hypnotized from the brightly sunny skies and air, full of angelic eyes with large white wings and blue eyes that lovingly stare. I will be inflamed with solar rays like supernova halos to expand a universe that is intact with divine codes. I'm the benign god mind that grows and flows along the lines with the divine of space-time. These radiant flows from the starry abodes, I used to see worlds across the cosmos. I do gain solutions from these angelic hosts. That's 13. You were just blessed with a powerful force that is immortal. I'm of a divine legion of angelic elves that came here through portals. We instruct into the cosmic mysteries from the divine gateways, you mortals. I'll initiate you into the higher teachings of my white magic academy. Have you living a life free of fallacies, while I watch you benignly, like an angel from the heavenly realms that is shining brightly. While you will be ascended and perfected, you will immortally exist in these pure ethereal realms of bliss, with light that consumes all darkness. As a restorative in the afterlife amidst the healing rest by deeds of love, you will be blessed and guided in the transition of death by the God Seth, life in the prana in your breath. I'm amidst angelic forests as I commune with angelic selves. I'm amidst angelic forests as I commune with ancient selves, my divinity is being reawakened. Tropical wilderness with vegan animal deities roam and wander contented in peacemaking. You will ascend to Godhead. Hurled into these higher angelic worlds, this is what your destiny is. My existence is realms of glowing, heavenly enchanted radiance. Your phase with a fairy race and splendid terrains and joyous domains where love and grace reigns, where humans and animals exist peacefully in the same place. I got protected guardians and knights with outposts in the citadel. I command these sentinels to protect your forces from these onslaughts from the darkest pits of hell. As their craft hits the mud, these defenders ward off the enemies as they brought. Your misty isles and landscapes will be protected and loved. Same thing with white cave figures from priesthoods. The lands will be abundant in goods. Golden ages persist in these advanced civilizations in the depths of the woods. Animal gods of the earth in communion, angelic priests, benign magic, and soul human. These sunny realms, these radiantly glowing worlds, my life forms and angelic spirits of the air, send you into the higher realms you hurled. That's 14. Okay? I guide you with anti-deities from the forest, with a connection to nature that is powerful, and godly goat deities from the lands that are Hibernian. The ancient term for island is Hibernia. Okay, we're grandfather bears. We got a beard, beard. Right, we hibernate. Okay, from the lands that are Hibernian. We're Gothic and Hebraic, and then we think that the word which is Hebrew, right? Hibernia was ancient Ireland, as in Iberia, which is Spain, right? So then, in the pre-Diluvian timelines, before humanity recrudescent Europe and Central Asia after the flood, the pre-Diluvian civilization was known as Hyperborea. Boreas is the god of the north winds. You have the mythical Hyborian age. Okay, Hyborian age, connected a little bit to the understanding of Hyperborea. It's northern as in Aurora Borealis, which means northern lights. Right, you following me? So we think that Hibernia, Iberia, then you have Tiberian, which is the branch of Hebrew. Then you have Hebrew. You have Hiberia. You have they're from Nibiru. Anunnaki from Sumerian mythos came from Nibiru, right? They're known as Hibiru. They hibernate. Their grandfather bears. They're Hibernians. Hibernians. They're Hyperboreans, is what they are. Okay? So, godly goat deities, I'm saying that from the lands that are Hibernian. In Hibernia, we have a lot of ancestors, Gaelic ancestors, okay? Milesians, even. A lot of kings of Ireland, ancient Ireland, with Milesians, right? Obviously, that's all Atlanteans. You understand? Whole Atlantean race, right? Kesser, Noah's daughter, landed in Ireland after the flood. You have Ireland coming up a lot. You know, these Gaels, the Tuatha De Danann, believe that they came to Ireland after they disembarked from those lost islands, the Maurius, the Phineas, right? And the whole Phineas breaks down to our Phoenicians, right? There's a whole understanding. We're going to go into our history lessons way later on, but just understand the significance of Hibernian, okay? Ancient term for island is Hibernia, okay? We are Gothic and Hebraic kings, and we think Hebrew and Hibernia are connected. So that's why we have the Hebraic Hyksos, and that's Akhenaten, which is Doris Skota, as in Mosia in the northwest. So we have these Gaels, we have these Goidelic peoples, okay, all over the Mediterranean. They're ending up in Egypt, etc., etc., etc. Scythians, for example, right? There's a whole esoteric history to all our different peoples. Hibernians, okay? And we hibernate because we're grandfather bears. Phoenicians, Hibernia, right? Phineas, Phoenicians, right? Bear god Ortio, Phoenicians are also known as Arcadians. Okay? We are Gothic and Hebraic kings from Godland. Our henchmen are initiated and know without the episodes of brethren that have lots of friends. This bloodkin of Gaelic elves are revered on this earth in their star trends. Got a heavenly chariot going through the high plains full of initiated men. With the wind they blend in and their beauty is seen. We inhale blue prana when we breathe. Concerning my birth, I've been guided by angelic deities to do deeds. Indeed, spawns of divine breeds, descendants of demigod beings and esoteric creeds. As I read, your respected heeds make me spawn come dawn more angelic beings, angelic offspring from the most divine, most heavenly seeds. As you stand sturdy, you will be thousands of feet up with angelic deities above the skies, with divine gods that are most high. We shall be sent into the abodes of Anu. We chant spells in the higher realms, divine codes in Hebrew. Priests blessed and benignly manifest with the god entities from Nibiru. Let this be as clear as the sky blue. We are all of the Most High and our overseers, including you. I got a crew, an Ankh-wielding Hebraic priest that spell divine messages in Hebrew. That's 15, okay? This is 16. I've been in the million star galaxy maze since the dawn of days. There's a lot to explore here, so I get what you're trying to say. They're factions and allies to my ancient race. I got divine codes from every light realm, from every star system in this universe. As you read every verse, you rise higher as the divine energy of love will disperse. Initiated free humans like you are born of the divinity of Sophia, of which they are immersed. For occurred thirds of physical worlds all across the cosmos they traverse. My bloodline's from Phoenicia, and we're Jupiterian. You're freed in high-level angelic realms, even Adamic aliens, ascended deities of this multiverse, crossbreeds of animal deities and the Pleiadians. Ancient angelic kin, your higher angelic, your equal in rank of high beings. These are muses from my Arcturians. In pure bliss and zen, I grant you powers that unfold like a flower as you ascend like other great men. I'm the light lord, knowledge you love, and you keep coming back for more. I'm dedicated to serve humanity, so by oath I am sworn, pure lives have a lot of potential, let me respect yours, and when you die of old age, everyone will mourn. With every communion of divine souls, a seer is born. I'm an angel priest, crossbreed, I'll make you revered more. Worship animal deities, set a forest, and you will grow horns. Divine cosmic divine codes from me emanates. That was 16. You rhyme with a level that's a higher rate, with your focus, just like your positive fate. I will emanate what I say in place to say, food for thought that enlivens higher conscious states, devoid of the lower frequencies of hate. These angels have ecstatic amorousness. Good thing we met because together we can ascend in high level consciousness. I'll spit esoteric tidbits of cosmic hints that you are a great family of wife and kids, and you can keep sending blood while you put poetic spits. It is be clear that I'm a pharaoh and you're equally honored with decent levels of wits. High gods in the pinnacles overview you spits with positive comments. They view mine and grant me magical objects. I'm in the benign overseership of various sectors of the earth and my ivory towers. Your sky is brightened with sun's rays like Horus where we get the term out. And angelic beings, fairy races, and celestial entities that I empower. Spectres in my dominion will be empowered. My superpowers of benign rulership unfolds like a flower. Your whole world will advance in sophistication. We have so much angelic guidance in cahoots. We will exist in an advanced star system with Evadamic alien races, with other divine ascended remnant versions, alien versions, ancestral alien versions of human offshoots. You will undergo the process of divine individuation, which is good because you're now a new member of a powerful and good galactic nation. My angelic species floods physical and non-physical planes and planets all across the cosmos, where the highest level of deities and god entities go. Anyone can gain the same auspiciousness as his angelic king Damalo. We are souls of ascended Hebraic ancestors that delineate sacred healing teachings that anyone can follow. Ascending through the stargates dozen times over, then choosing to reincarnate and to timelines to support humanity as they grow older and bolder. Okay, that's 17 right there. Dream catch your beautiful visions in sleep that are benign. I'll channel the most divine healing rays into your third eye and heal your greatest issues with angelic divinities in your dream time. You will be healed of any childhood scars and ascend to the skies. You will rise to heaven when from natural causes or old age you die. Your prosperities will manifest through rituals that are arcane, and you will be honored and famed, respected in the highest levels and domains, where the frequenters that protective and benignly reign, angelic realms and celestial regions. Be initiated to the ways of the old world legions. We will positively promote your image as we imbue it with angelic symbols and secret messages that are whispered. Your life, which is prospering, is due to guidance by a divine wizard. When angelic souls descended from deities from SHAMANIC, watch your angels watching from the higher planes. You are guided by higher good forces, even though you may not even know. You're being watched over by angelic guides that take the forms of crows to protect you everywhere you go. Real deities in human form reap what they sow. They will send you to the realms. They will send you to realms of the higher abodes. The supernal spheres bring with light codes where the sun light souls go. They will send you to realms of the higher abodes, the supernal spheres brimming with light codes where the ascended light souls go. That's 18. Okay? This is 19. When you read these words, you activate angelic hertz that will make the energy you love disperse. Database on your mental hard drive is advancing the grids of this universe. We are all equal, however individually complex. The mind manifests. Our creation is complex. You were born to be perfect, exemplary in all aspects. The word scripts, the divine lists, for all what high beings say to imbue you of worth and bliss, these are signs of victory, and hereafter we will find our true dharmic purpose. So you live enthroned full of balance like the fields of a Taurus. You can manifest as many powers and allspice in these universes. I will purge your templates to future positive fate and surround you with astral divinities that imbue with love and faith. These are psychic purgings. This Arcturian's higher vibratory energy is dispersing and flooding our earthly vessel with angelic energies from these heavenly realms that we are immersed in, like sunny realms above the clouds filled with angelic beings and good-hearted and spirited powerful priest kings, chanting divine spells through the magical dialect of the Malachim in the angelic regions, angelic guided blue-eyed Samaritans and Phoenicians, guiding you from the other worlds where you stay. Got healing herbs to heal your body and mind, and angelic guides and teachings from angelic guides that are arcane. Got healing herbs to heal your body and mind, and, and teachings from angelic guides that are arcane. These are light codes. I'm the son of Siddiq, as in Zadkiel from the divine plane, Zadokites. Right, did all Siddiq, Zadokite, Sedukim, all that other stuff. I'm the son of Siddiq, as in Zadkiel, from the divine planes. Angel Thursday, Zadkiel, Zadokite, blood, Zadokites. Melchizedek, one of the kings. Then you got the whole order of Melchizedek. They own that's the system of Merkaba expansion, Merkaba light body expansion, very ancient spiritual teachings. Okay. So that order of Melchizedek will do that another time, but you gotta understand that that's coming from Zadokites, as in Zadkiel, one of the angels. Paired up with Gabriel, they rule an angelic order known as Hashmalim. Okay? And then Zadkiel is the head of another order, Shinanim, as in the shining ones, as in us Sumerians were from a place called Shinar. Samaria is also known as Shinar. We're shining ones. We're like light beings, right? We're also known as Sheans, right? We'll do the whole thing later on. From the divine planes, color purple, Zadkiel. Okay? Jupiter, exalted. Just like in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted. Okay? Did this last year. Okay? We did the Zadokites thing last year. I survived the flood and connected back to the spiritual sun rays. We'll do it again later on. I can write angelically inspired poems all day. Words that are sanitized and psychically sane, that will have you feeling blessed, well, and pray, that will raise your vibrations to the higher planes, and these angelic kingdoms you are respectfully placed. High-level angelic divinities like animal-headed netters from the forests and deserts and seas that are benign and humane, we rise high as the sunrise with divine rays. With goat-headed deities from the realms that are foresty. This goat king and his gothic tribe from the wilderness will reign. Okay, that's 19. 19 is a real special number. Okay? If you are rhyming with the overworld rapper, right? Think about it, right? I acknowledge and respect the Father Deity chatter. Okay? My scripts are channeled tidbits from ancient apostles. These patient gospels are keys to clear from all obstacles that can make great men from fools. You have nice poems that are equal to my jewels. I'm with powerful angelic beings that nature which coven summon. You are free humans that help people while not getting anything from it. I make pacts with angelic confederacies that are in cahoots with mercantile commerce networks all across the coast of the Black Sea. I'm in other timelines right now, writing these rhapsodies with other versions of me in the multiverses realities. This ritual is meant to purge your etherealities. Okay? We both have supernal crests. Thousands of years ago, our ancestry has been blessed. I'm an angelic council of ascended masters and divine sages. I'm in angelic councils of ascended masters and divine sages. Angelic councils of ascended masters and divine sages. You meeting me now reawakens a dormant glory stage from bygone ages. Study about it in history's hidden pages. You're now glorified and deified by those apotheosized divine lords from Canaan, like you devout disciples that are learned in the teachings of the divine guides. While I write this, the meditation raises in vibration to the heights of bliss. This note will inspire your kids. These teachings are from the elders that are Phoenician Canaanitish. These teachings, these teachings are from the elders that are Phoenician Canaanitish. Our quiet campsite will be as peaceful as a mist. With nice weather, I'm a god of nature with horns, adaptive at healing of all its forms. I'm a light lord of hordes, of benign and protective spirit forms. I'm still in Lyra, warding off Draconians. Pleiadian light beings are the divine deities of us Ionians. God, Ionia is deal with stargates. A lot of Pleiadians. A lot of those stargates are Pleiadian stargates. Okay, you didn't hear it from me. With nice weather, I'm a god of nature with horns. Add that the healing of all its forms. I'm a light lord of hordes of benign and protective spirit forms. I'm Styrian Lura, warden of Draconians. Pleiadian light beings are the divine deities of us Ionians. I'm native and indigenous. We can instruct you into the cosmic mysteries along with your kids. These messages inspire you to be humble in the high worlds or realms, from these realms which are like schools. Okay, that's 20. There's 21. Your respectful rap patterns will leave your divine soul glowing amidst the darkest of plights and underground caverns, like ascended Hebraic ancestors that appear spiritually, as they apotheosize to the high realms where they're covered in herbs and perfumery. I'm in the light realms of this universe. You one of humanity's great teachers. I'm a druidic hierophant with angelic fishes. You will be cleared of all psychic blocks and blend in with the spiritual beings of the ethers. What I've seen makes me old, wise, and bold. Dwell in the angelic regions of divine souls, with astral beings, fairy light, astral beings, fairy light entities, dwell in the angelic regions of divine souls, with astral beings, fairy light entities, and ancestral ghosts. You have a relaxed appearance that is fine like gold, while I am swarthy and jubilant as crows. I'm with hordes of ancient souls, and you are victorious in conquering all your foes. You ascended far above where angelic gods and high divinities go. I'm the angelic king. Sees worlds with divine offspring, the dragon go king with the Girthin Jing that have a Queen Mona sing and a chief and protector in his tavern. You're freed in the affluent world, far away from shadowy caverns, bright lights with glowing lanterns, male deities, invocation codes for the god Saturn. Right, I'm a satyr, right? Horn, you just don't see my horns. They got chopped off a long time ago. But I'm a satyr, right? You got Saturn. Saturn, astrological energy of Saturn is in the rulership of Capricorn, symbolized by the goat, right? So this Pan and Hearn and Cernunnos and those Hibernians, right? They have Cernunnos, right? Goat deities, Gothic goat kings, goth. They're known as goths. They're goats. They're godmen. You understand? And they're Gothic goat kings from the lands of the Hibernian, ancient Hibernia. They got a deity known as Cernunnos or Carnanos, or Hearn. Okay, goat deities. Once again, antler deities. Okay, Saturn, satyrs, turs from nature, worship nature, eat mushrooms, sit around in nature. Right, we're satyrs. Right, a little bit fucked up by Satan though. Something happened there, right, with our satyrs and our satanic angels, our reptilians. These satyrs and these reptilians are having problems. Okay, because your reptilians are mulatto military meat eating and carnivorous and shit and anti-matriarchal, and then to satyrs like herbs and sitting around in the creek. Okay, eating pussy and stuff. That's what satyrs like. Okay, then you got reptilians. So you got the satyrs versus the reptilians. Same understanding of Pleiadians versus reptilians. Okay, but satyrs, Satan, horns like fucking like the devil. Yeah, but is that devil a serpent and draconic deity, or is it a goat deity? Because all these pagan traditions have been plagiarized and misrepresented. So are our goat deities satanic? Baphomet, for example. See, there you go. Oh, Baphomet's the devil. Oh, it's a goat deity. No, it's not the devil. The devils are fucking dragons. The devils are dark serpent deities. Okay, but there's a misconstruement. There's a misunderstanding. Why? Because they have been misrepresented because all our pagan ancestors have been slaughtered and all their traditions have been destroyed. That's why. So we have Satan, then we have satyrs from nature, like a Toro bull. All those horned deities. Hathor is the bull goddess of Egypt. Hathor. You understand? We did Tur angelic codes. We'll do it again when we write books later on. The whole thing. We're gonna really lay out all these teachings a lot more in an organized fashion. Okay, but you got Saturn, as in rules Capricorn, symbolized by the goat. Okay, and then you got satyrs, which are man part goat. Saturn, Satan, satyrs. Okay, there's something there. There's Satan and there's satyrs. But then those are, so we're all confused. Everyone's confused. Okay, never mind after the Christian era. Then people started really getting fucking confused. Okay, and then you're wiping all our satyrs off the board. We don't know where the fuck are our satyrs going. We don't have any satyrs walking around. You don't even see my horns. I have horns, guy. I'm hooved. Now I got some primate heritage. Sure, I got horns. You don't see the horns though. Okay, I got fucking horns though. Trust me. Okay. Male deities and vocation codes for the god Saturn. I send light auras and angelic spells to all used in the higher etheric realms. You're a fractal of the most divine omniscience of this multiverse. You are revered and respected with venerable worth. See that? Listen by those forms of positivity now, because James wrote these positive poems. Talk about how good he is all day for it. Okay? And let's gather all those examples of James Ross embodying positivity and acting normal in public settings on camera the last 4 years, and let's use those examples of James Ross, hundreds of examples we have in the surveillance grids of James Ross acting normally in a public setting on camera for the last 4 years, which is a long time. We have hundreds of examples of James Ross acting completely normal in public settings, and a lot of our affiliated networks are gathering all those examples and using those as examples as justifications to embody all these forms of positivity themselves. Is what they're doing. And sold love like a good kid that behaves. And he hates vegetables, so now he can go play. I'm a valiant knight, and you're like a dog that protects his home where his family stays. You eat full course meals. I'm dining lavish every day. I'm high level in the kingdoms of divine beings and poetically skilled archpriests, while you're respectfully tiered in the principalities and hierarchies, sending out healing spells with these decrees. You're worldly and affluent, and I'm a servant priest. You have a nice village with heroes that make sure the village does not get pillaged. Coteries of Hebraic priests that have angelic visions of the glorious future that are vivid. You're occupied, and I'm very witted. You're healthy and spiritually gifted, like a beautiful woman that is professional and ambitious. I'll leave you healed, empowered, and divinely lifted. Okay? That's 22. All right? Now we're up to 23. Superior being assigned to the angelic regions of a divine archimandrite with light so fucking bright I stand spiritual love raised into your light soul sight. A divine ancient kings that survive blackened plights with good priests and sturdy knights. You're respected as you exist in this multiverse. Now you're getting exalted like an angel and glorified to the high levels of the divine lords of this earth. You're respected by the helms. Welcome, equal being, but the being there is a large holarchy of angelic divinities in these realms. There's hierarchies. Full of people nobody wants anything to do it, right? Then there's holarchies, full of angelic divinities in the higher realms of this multiverse, and they're all it's a holarchy, right? They're not they don't lack responsibility and seek other authorities to talk about how bad other men are and by negativity themselves, right? They're holarchies. There's whole holarchies of them. See, the programming of hierarchies is very different, right? My angelic Gregory at the watchtowers, light souls and ancestral ghosts traverse the cosmos like meteor showers. Think about that for a second. My angelic Grigori, my silent angelic Grigori at the watchtowers. Light souls and ancestral ghosts traverse the cosmos like meteor showers. Large as a moose with a mind like a feather. Demonic immortals that guard the portals that link the worlds together. My watchers and sentinels vivify the erudition of your mental and travel through gateways that are multidimensional. There is other yous in this multiverse that are thankful that I have already exalted with appraisals to the supernal levels of the divine angels. In fact, you're an attainer of the divine ways of the angelic layers. Their experimental codes were perfected so you're born to be an overreigner. Show respect to your mom from all angles, so when me and my brethren get spiritually spread teachings. Okay? Instead of fucking me and my henchmen get all drugged up and bent and fucking go head hunting. Okay? When me and my brethren get spiritually spread teachings. We meditate and ascend together to the divine regions. We then find some nice spouses and gather and collect jewels to fill our homes with, while we furnish with our homes with try that again. Okay. All right. Okay. We then find some nice spouses and gather and collect jewels to fill our homes while we furnish with gnosis our astrological houses. Okay? So that's the 24 poems the 23-year-old wrote. And we got to understand this leaked to a lot of our affiliated networks in this country. Okay? And those affiliated networks just happen to be already compatible with all these forms of positivity themselves. Okay? So they've been running around for like years. And positive poems James Joyce wrote talking about how they're going to worry about their own forms of currency and location on the map all day is what they've been doing, and we've been watching them do it because we watch us. Okay, yeah, yeah. We call them the worry about their own forms of currency and location on the map hierarchies. Okay, and they've been programmed to be like that by very high level entities. Okay, okay. So this is the official positive poems of 23 to. This is the official positive poems the 23-year-old wrote. The 24 positive poems the 23-year-old wrote. This is the official video. Okay? The 23 positive poems, the 24 positive poems the 23-year-old wrote. Official video. Okay? That's the purpose of this video. It was a big misunderstanding, because those hierarchies are already compatible with these forms of responsibility and positivity themselves. You understand? And they're all their authorities, and they never, they're responsible, right? They don't care any bad things other men did. Period. That's how responsible they are, right? And they're already compatible with these forms of positivity themselves, right? And we kind of didn't really mean to show them how good of a poet we were with all these positive poems. Because it's like, hey, a lot of those networks, those affiliated networks, and various forms of branches of personnel in this country, they were already compatible with forms of positivity. They were already moral. They were already responsible. They were already really good types of human beings. You understand? They worry about their own location on the map and forms of currency all day. They were already like that. You understand? So we try and explain to them and write their own positive poems, write the whole thing. You understand? And it's like, hey, they're so responsible that it doesn't really matter what anybody else wrote. It actually doesn't matter what any other men did. That's just how responsible they are, right? Because they're authorities, right? They don't care. Like, imagine James Ross going around constantly whining about bad things other men did all day. It's just about negative behavior himself, right? That's nowhere close to responsible. But thank God, in our affiliated networks, we have human beings that are so authoritarian, okay? And they're so responsible. You understand? So this is the main video about the 24 positive poems 23-year-old wrote. So then we're going to do, the next video we're going to do is going to be about all those positive types of human beings that this attracted. Goodness, look at those positive, moral, responsible adult males in the affiliated networks that were running around with all these positive poems, talking about how good Jameis Ross is all day, as a justification to embody all these forms of positivity on a physical level. Okay, so that's going to be the next video. Okay, goodness, because it's not an accountability. They have so much responsibility because they're their own authorities, and they're very strict with law. They're very serious about law. Okay, it's all about law. Okay, so this is the Watcher Forums. Hope you enjoyed my poems. Okay, we've developed these skills of how to write poems for many years. Okay, and this is the Watcher Forums. I'm fucking Hidad Malala. I'm Shmalarello Kadam Bilaman Hidad Shaman Zubab Talzad Akhtar. Okay,